we want to solve these equations. So let's start with the basics, that if you want to get rid of to the second power, what undoes squaring is a square root. So I'm going to square root both sides here. But whenever you decide to take the square root of both sides, remember that you end up getting both positive and negative. So the square root of 36 is 6 and negative 6. If I substitute this back into the original, 6 times 6 is 36, and also negative 6 times negative 6 is 36, which is why we have two answers. Now on this one, if we go to square root both sides, the problem is we're taking the square root of a negative number, and we would get an imaginary answer. And we're only looking for the real solutions. So we're going to say, in this case, no real solution. So if you end up square rooting a negative, you'll say no real solutions. Now this last one, just to remind you that once you do take a square root, that you want to simplify that root. So if I square root to get rid of the squared, the number 50 I can break apart with a factor tree. Remember those branches where you go 50, and then 50 is 2 multiplied by 25, and the 25 is 5 times 5. So if you need to use a factor tree, you sure can, but I went ahead and just put that 50 is 2 times 5 times 5. And whenever you have two of a kind, you get to take one out. Just don't accidentally take it out in front of the positive and negative, because then it would be addition. Taking it out front is still multiplication. So we end up here with 5 square root of 2 and negative 5 square root of 2 for our answers.